Hello there, what is up? Cormando here. Welcome to my Royal Rumble 2018 predictions. It's a new year. Yes, it is. And it's also a new headset because my old one, it broke. It snapped. It snapped right here in half. Well, it hasn't snapped physically right off, but it snapped there and then it was just like dangling. So I'd have to always hold it. So I wanted to get the same one as I had already, but it wasn't available. So I got the HyperX Cloud 2, I think it's called. So it's a new thing. I did some tests just now to see what sounded better. It seemed to sound better when the mic was like this rather than like this. Didn't seem to pick it up as much. So tell me what you think if you think it sounds okay or not. But we're gonna get to the Royal Rumble predictions. I didn't bother doing NXT. It's always one it does worse than the WWE predictions. Even though I enjoy NXT so much more, it's a far better show. But let's go. There were some matches announced yesterday. Oh, and there was two matches that were supposed to be there. There were supposed to be the finals of the US title, but that got thingied up to a couple of weeks ago, or a week and a bit ago. And then there was also supposed to be Cedric Alexander versus Enzo Amore, but Enzo got suspended, and then he got released, and the title's now uh, abdicated, or whatever word, fancy ass word they want to go with. So I thought they might have had like a cruiserweight Royal Rumble or something here, but no, they didn't. They didn't decide to go that route. They're going with like a new GM is coming, so I guess it means less. That means less chance for longer matches with rest holds. We might actually get some promos and stuff. So, but then again, WWE's version of like a thrilling match, as they called it this week, is where like for 10 minutes the match is rest holds, and then like the last 2 minutes they're actually allowed to wrestle. Ooh, thrilling, I know. Ooh. But anyways, we've got three matches on the pre-show. The 74-hour pre-show, by the way, just in case you were wondering how long it was. We have Bobby Roode with a U.S. Open challenge. Oh no, sorry, a glorious U.S. Open challenge, because that's Bobby Roode on the main roster. Everything he does is glorious. Bobby Roode takes a shit. Glorious. Bobby Roode fucking wipes his nose. It's glorious. That's all his thing is he says everything is glorious. And it's a load of crap. But he's the new US champion. Some people are saying that it's going to be Ziggler's going to come out. Well, they said that when he was going to win the title, that Ziggler was come out, and he didn't. So I don't think he will. And it's on the pre-show, so I don't know if it's like a good place for someone to turn. But it is Dolph, so does anyone really care at this point? I think with Jinder, I think Jinder probably come out and want a little bit of revenge for not winning the title. But I will say that the Bobby Roode Jinder match was good. But the two matches on that show, the qualifying things, were utter shit, and they were the exact same. It was the exact same match. It was 90% wrestles, and then the last minute or so they were allowed to move. It was shit. I remember that episode, and I hated it. It was so bad. But that match was good, the Roode Mahal match. So, but yeah, I don't know who it'll be, and they haven't really given me much reason to care since it was just announced yesterday. So I don't care. I'll go Bobby Roode to win. I don't think he would lose already. That'd be a bit silly. So then we also have Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus the Revival. They had a thing on Raw this week, which was rather disappointing. Raw, to be honest, I was expecting more. It was not that good, and a lot of people probably have harsher words to say than that. But yeah, it wasn't all that great. So this will be a rematch with those two. Luke Gallows and that are now sort of getting a push, I guess, as faces with Finn. I'd like to see the Revival win. I would like to see them win and be dominant, and maybe finally get someone else in the Raw Tag Team title picture, because been the same shit for like 6 months. Oh well, Jason Jordan's there now because he replaced Ambrose, but it's still the same old shit. I want someone else for the tag titles. I want a different feud. Um, so I'll go the Revival here, and then we have Kalisto, Lindsay Dorado, and Grand Metalik versus TGP, Jack Gallagher, and Drew Gulak in a six-man tag. I'd imagine the Kalisto and that'll win. I mean, they won the last match on 205 Live this week, and then Kalisto and that usually always win. TGP now always loses. So yeah, no reason to care about this match. Um, the cruiserweights should be having matches that are great. They claim it's like the greatest hour or whatever. It's not. They should be having matches the quality of Johnny Gargano versus Velveteen Dream this week on NXT. They should be having matches even half that, half the quality of that. That's the kind of matches they should be having, but they don't. They're watered down and reduced to shit. Oh, well, Cedric Alexander does his backflip bloody head scissors thing. Yeah, he does it every match, so I don't really care. Oh, he does his Spanish fly. Well, he does it every match, so I don't really care. I don't. How am I supposed to be? I'm not invested in a match if you make me sit there and bore me out my skull for like bloody 10 minutes with rest hose, and then you're gonna decide to let them wrestle for a couple minutes. Well, at that point, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you do. I'm already bored. I need to. I have to eat food and have stuff to drink to keep myself focused and concentrated. And even then, it doesn't really work. But that what keeps me somewhat interested is if I'm bloody eating food. Like when I'm watching this Royal Rumble, because it's like a ridiculous length, I'm gonna have this big ass bowl, and I'm gonna fill it with food, and it'll keep me going. I mean, to be fair, it is through the night, so it's even hard. It's harder for me to stay up. But I have to eat food to keep myself bloody focused and shit for watching this stuff. It shouldn't be that way. It should be good. I mean, I can watch other shows and not need this. I can watch other non-wrestling shows and be okay. I can watch Total Divas and be okay. It's far more interesting than bloody 205 Live. It shouldn't be that way, but sadly it is. So there you go. That's my little rant about 205 Live. So yeah, the masked ferrets will likely win. Then we have the men's Royal Rumble. Most there's some people like I think people are sort of wishful thinking in that Shinsuke's gonna win. That's what I keep seeing that Shinsuke's gonna win and go face AJ. I think that's just wishful thinking. I don't know if I see that happening, to be honest. I don't know. I just don't see it happening. Roman was just entered into it, but I think he would have been in it anyway. And maybe they just sort of announced that just in the hopes that it would diminish the boos if when he wins or when he comes out. It won't. Um, but I don't know. I don't think it should be. Well, I don't know if don't think it should be Shinsuke. I just don't think it will be him. I imagine it'll probably be Roman. But they have the Elimination Chamber on Raw this year, and something I read from someone is that a good way would be to have Roman win the Chamber, which would qualify him to face Lesnar at WrestleMania. I think that would be a good way, and then you could have the men's Royal Rumble go to somebody at SmackDown. But then I also read that the bloody arena gave out a thing for this SmackDown pay-per-view. They'll be back to their 74 pay-per-views a month thing in a bit, where Fastlane or whatever is like a five-way for the WWE title, and I think like all the top guys from SmackDown that could have won the thing is in it. So I don't know. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't really have a prediction for it. Just entertain me. Don't make it like the 2015 one and have it be utter shit, or 2014, whichever one it was that Reigns won. And it wasn't because of Reigns won. You can go back and watch my review. I still remember the match was shit. I don't want that. If it's entertaining, I'm happy. That kind of goes for the whole show. I don't really mind who wins. Sure, I'd like this guy to win or whatever, but if it's entertaining, I don't care. So yeah, that's sort of my same thing for the women's match, but I'm more interested in the women's one because there's the same amount of free spots. There's both 18 confirmed for both, but the men's one will likely just be people that hasn't been confirmed. They might shove in a surprise, but they've been the last while they haven't really done surprise appearances. So the women's one I'm more interested because well, there's a lot of spots there they got to fill. Um, So I heard that there's going to be NXT people going into it, as well as some legends going into it. So that's cool. I'll just see what happens. And we still have people claiming that the iconic duo and other people from NXT need to go to the main roster, even when the main roster is already so overcrowded and so many people not getting used. And people are like, oh well, they need to go to SmackDown because SmackDown's the land of opportunity. No, there's like bloody 60, 70%, maybe more of the roster not getting used every single week. And they waste time on shit. And they give so much time to like a bloody AJ Styles and that. And like, hey, I like those guys, but they shouldn't be getting like a bloody 50-minute opening and then the last half hour or so as well. You know, that's just so much time wasted on just a couple guys. That's stupid. And then they have these fucking shit matches and waste time, or they have bloody 1 week. It was Chad Gable in that with a 5 second, no joke, a 5 second backstage attack on the Usos. Oh, fucking hell. Usos must be fucking seriously injured after that. A couple punches. Oh, they just misutilize their time so badly. And SmackDown used to be fucking awesome. SmackDown, like a year and a bit ago, was the best show, and they were doing great stuff. And I mean, yeah, they still wasn't using all the talent, but it was far better than it is now. I just SmackDown is shit. SmackDown is utter shit. I just can't get over how bad it's become. It's ridiculous. Um, so yeah, how did I get onto this little rage about SmackDown? Yeah, people want to see the iconic duo go to the main roster. No, don't. They're far better off in NXT. Keep them there. Same with other people. They don't need to go. My rant is killing my throat. They don't need to go to the main roster. I don't know when this is going to get through people's heads. I mean, it's been happening for like 5 years now, and people still saying it. People still aren't getting it. But anyways, people that I don't want to win and people that shouldn't win is Stephanie McMahon. She shouldn't win it, and she shouldn't be in it either. She's supposed to be the commentator, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's in it. She shouldn't win it, and neither should Ronda Rousey. That's another rumor that keeps coming up. I don't think any of those should win it. That's just stupid. Should not happen. That would just be like a WrestleMania. This would just become WrestleMania where part timers and people that shouldn't deserve it are getting the bloody main spots. It should go to a current talent, like a Asuka or somebody. You know, she should win it. Anyways, moving on, we have Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman versus Kane. And yeah, we're kind of getting on here. I've been kind of ranting, and we're only a few matches in here, and it's 12 minutes long. We have Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman versus Kane. Now, the build for the most part has been really good. They're making Braun look fucking awesome. Braun, in my opinion, is the stone cold of this era in his booking, and the stuff that he's allowed to do is just fucking ridiculous. Bloody flipping over trucks and ambulances and bloody using a bloody grappling hook and pulling the stage thing down on people and all these ridiculous moments. This wasn't happening a few years ago or 5 years ago or whatever. Nobody was getting this kind of booking. Braun is getting booked amazingly. Now I just hope they just don't ruin this like they did at No Mercy and make him look like utter shit, because that was a joke. Now it's good to see him getting used well again, but they shouldn't just fuck it up and ruin it here. But the ending to Raw this week was just a little brawl thing, and Braun put him through Brock through the table. It was kind of, you know, lame, and I wouldn't say lame, but it was just abrupt. Like there was a week like that before. I think it was like Brock and Kane had a little brawl. It was just so abrupt and quick. But maybe it went over Lesnar's appearance, time, and that would have led to them, dishing out another million to him. Might have been that. Because got to pay 12 million a year for Brock. Got to give him that 12 million. Um, so yeah, Brock will win. Brock will likely win this. I don't see anyone else winning it. I wouldn't see them giving it to someone and then giving it back to Brock, because we've got to keep Brock and Roman. That's got to happen. So yeah, I'll go Brock. But I think it could be good triple threat. Could be good potential for some goodness there. And then we have AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Well, I kind of ranted about this already, but I don't think it's been all that good. I don't know. I just don't like SmackDown. I don't think it's good. But I think Sami Zayn is an amazing heel. He surprised me a lot. I think he's a great annoying heel. He's really good at that role. But I don't like SmackDown. I just don't think they're doing good stuff there. And sort of the women's championship matches from both shows really is just isn't being used at all now. Like there was a while, but leading up to Survivor Series, they were all about bloody title changes and title matches and shit, and now they just don't even use them well at all. It's ridiculous. Um, but yeah, not really a whole. I mean, the story-wise, it has made sense and what have you, and it's been okay, I guess. But I just it could be so much better. The handicap match thing, I guess, is interesting. I would like to see them as co-champions. I think that'd be kind of cool, but I don't know if I see that happening. I imagine AJ will retain here. Uh, yeah, I don't really see titles changing hands. Oh well, maybe in a minute. So I'll go AJ. And then we have Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan versus Cesaro and Sheamus for the Raw Tag titles. I do, you know, maybe it would be better if they were facing someone else, but I like that they're actually embracing the Jason Jordan heat that he gets and the hatred that the fans have. Shame they weren't doing this with another person, Roman Reigns, and he could have been faced by this point if you'd done this like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, because you could have turned him heel and then got people to like him, and then he could have been a face again. Logic. But yeah, they're embracing the hate. I like it. It's good. And apparently, it's going to lead to a Seth versus Jason match at WrestleMania. So, I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. It's different. It's no part timers, so that's good. But yeah, I would like Seth not to retain here. Cesaro and Sheamus have been champions quite a lot, and I'd like to see someone else go for the tag titles. I know that, like I said, I don't think Cesaro and that should win again. It's sort of been traded between those teams quite a bit this last while, so I'll go Seth now. And I like the Seth and Jason. I like what they're doing there. I think it's good. And I imagine this is what would have happened if Dean was still going. It would have been Dean eventually turning on Seth, and then a match between those two at WrestleMania, which could have been awesome because their other matches have been awesome. I would have really liked to have seen that. So it kind of sucks that Dean got injured, but maybe when he returns, they can go that route. And then finally, we have the Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the SmackDown tag titles. I just hope this doesn't go too long. The 2 out of 3 falls match can happen and still be short, but I don't want it to go too long. But they've had good matches in the past, and they've just sort of had singles matches this past couple of weeks, I think, and it's been all right. Chad won this week. I don't remember anything else before that, apart from that stupid 5-second backstage attack. Um, so yeah, there's not really much to say about the feud. It hasn't been great. So yeah, I'd like Chad not to win. I mean, people were like when Jay got arrested or something like a couple of weeks ago. People were like, oh well, he's losing the titles now. Um, I don't know about that, but I would like to see Chad in that win just because it was something different. And I didn't like that they turned him heel, but I mean, I think Chad's good. People say that he isn't good in the mic, but I don't know. I think he is. They had this promo thing one week. I think he's okay. I think it's Shelton it's the worst out of the two when it comes to mic. I don't think Shelton's very good in the mic at all. I mean, he's okay, but eh, eh, that's my thoughts on it. Don't think he's that good in my opinion. So I'll go with Chad in that. I'm pulling for them to win. So there's my predictions. We had a bit of ranting in here. I was hoping to get through this kind of quickly, but yeah. Yeah, I do like a good rant about wrestling. So, yep, there's that. There's nothing else to really say. I could talk about the Enzo thing, but I don't really think it's worth it. And then there's NXT tonight. You know what? I'll just give my quick NXT predictions real quick. I'll go Cien, Aleister Black, or maybe Cole due to some shenanigans. I think the shocker of the year, or for the show for NXT, might be Shayna winning. I know it seems kind of soon, but I could see them going that way. The tag thing, I imagine Undisputed Era will retain shenanigans again. And then Castrojona versus Velveteen Dream has potential to be the best match of the entire weekend because both guys are amazing. And I loved that little video package they did for Cassius last night on YouTube. That was very good. I just feel like he should stay in NXT. Like just watching that video package, I'm like, man, he's just gonna get fucking destroyed on the main roster. Just gonna ruin him. Keep him in NXT. Doesn't need to go to the main roster. So yeah, I think that has potential to be awesome, and maybe it'll lead to Velveteen Dream getting his first takeover win. So I'll go with Velveteen. So there's that. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. And we got some stuff here. We got a possible Royal Rumble spoiler, and Molly Holly says that she might has a possible return at the Rumble, and Jericho responds to a fan that said WWE wasted his return on Raw 25. Oh, EC3 has been spotted arriving in Philly for Royal Rumble weekend. Ooh, I do like EC3, but I imagine he'll get ruined on the main roster. Just saying, I'm not optimistic. Um, Oh, and Jericho just said it was exactly what he wanted to do, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. Yeah, I do like EC3. It's interesting to see like him and Lashley both sort of leaving TNA and rumors that they would go to WWE. I'm just a little worried about how they would use him. I think he'd get over well in NXT. I just don't think they'd use him great on the main roster. The main roster is so overcrowded right now, like, and it has been for a while. Why? I just don't get it. Why would you put more people on there when there's already so many not getting used? I don't get it. But yeah, there's the predictions. Hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, hope the mic quality is good. Tell me, and I will see you later. Bye. And I have a day off on Monday, so I'll be ready to rock and roll. I'll be ready to sleep on Monday after watching this 47-hour long show. Bye.